Hi, Dyslexic Genius here, Brad Hurt. My phone number is 864-236-1680, or you can email me at dyslexicgeniushurt@gmail.com. I'm back on the 2-4-minute changer of a Triumph in a home, and I'm going to talk about the oiling of it. And so let me begin. On this E model, I have the Babbitt bearing in here, and we have a hole here that runs into it. And the best way to oil those is to turn the machine on and just drop a little bit of oil in there. Then you can turn it off and back it up. Then you want to put a little drop of oil right here where this piece slides back and forth. And then you can come to the other side, a very small, minute drop. And then back here where the gear train is, you want to put a little drop of oil here while it's running. Just a little bit, like get some on the end of a toothpick or something and just kind of brush that in very lightly. Now let me discuss some problems you might have in getting one apart. On the one I demonstrated in the last video, I was wondering why the pulley shaft would not come off. You should be able to grab the pulley shaft after you take the set screw and that little piece of metal. You can just turn around, it'll just fall out. You should just kind of be able to wiggle this and get it apart. If that doesn't happen, because this one had a burr right here, a very small burr, because the piece of metal they used, the shaft right here, has two sides. There's a flat top, and then this end is kind of rounded. That end that's rounded goes down into hit the shaft, and the flat part hits the screw. It pushes everything down. Well, somebody reversed it, and it wouldn't come apart. And I had a heck of a time. So what I did was, I take a pair of pliers, and I grab the pulley with a belt in place, not to mar anything, and you try to twist it. And that didn't work. So what I did was, I undid this screw, I took this screw out, and I had all the other screws out, and I hit it with my hand and I popped the bearing back because I wanted everything free, and I still couldn't get it apart. So what you do, and this is really hard, you want to take a piece of wood and you want to slightly tap the wood and have it squared to the mandrel, because if you hit it too hard, the mandrel is going to come off. And that's an easy fix. And I just kind of tapped it like that. Again, 1, 2, boop, and it popped out. So now what I have to do is I have to fix this burr, because that burr is preventing it from going back on the shaft. So you just take some 600 sandpaper, and you want to push with your thumb, especially there at the end. You want to clean that up. And then you want to run your hand over there and say, yeah, I think that burr's going away. And you have to continually do that. You also have to remember, like Victor's I've talked about have a little ball bearing. Well, inside this, where this piece goes, the bearing, there's a little ball bearing in there, and you have to check for that ball bearing too. And you want to oil that before you assemble. These are just some of the things I wanted to point out. The other thing is, after you get it apart, cleanliness is next to godliness. You're doing heart surgery on a phonograph. All those parts have to be cleaned. Because over the years, you'll see here, you get this residue from the oil. And you want to clean this. This is a lot of fun, and that's my tip for the day.